Greetings, my beautiful lovelies. It's Emmy. How are you? It's great to see you and welcome back. Today we're going to be tasting some Amish foods and trying out an Amish recipe. I recently visited Lancaster, Pennsylvania, where a large community of Amish live. Now, if you're not familiar with the Amish, they are a community of Anabaptist Christians that have very specific beliefs. And they have some very strict rules, including a phrase in the Bible saying not to be conformed to the world. Things like electricity or the power grid would be connected or conformed to the world. So many drive horse-drawn buggies. They do not use electricity because the electrical grid would be conformed to the world, but battery packs are allowed, solar power is allowed. So there's a lot of self-sufficiency. They also reject signs of pride and arrogance. They value, on the other hand, humility and a life of composure, hence the plain dress and the kind of quiet rural life. So lots of things to admire in the Amish culture. I picked up a few things and it reminded me of a couple recipes that I wanted to try, including coffee soup. I first learned about Amish coffee soup from Lovina Zook. I'll put a link to her down below. So to make coffee soup, we first need milk. So in my saucepan, I'm going to heat up about a cup of milk. So in the Amish 365 blog, they connect this recipe to the Great Depression. I could see that. I could also see it as a way of creating something nutritious, quick and easy as a meal or breakfast, and something that doesn't allow things to go to waste. If you've got some leftover coffee, leftover crackers, you can mix them together and have a meal. Adding instant coffee, about a half a teaspoon, heaping teaspoon of sugar. And Lovina says you mix this to your own taste, but I've never had this before, so I'm not really sure what that means. I'm not sure how sweet this is supposed to be. I typically take my coffee black, so this is just personal preference, I guess. So while we were in Lancaster, Pennsylvania, in a lovely town called Bird in Hand, such a great name, we went on a little tour and I learned that battery packs are okay, and I saw the most marvelous lamp that was powered by a DeWalt 18-volt battery pack. I should have taken a picture, but it was fabulous. It's recharged by either solar or propane. Brilliant. Saltines are these lovely plain salted crackers. Crush them up. And now we add our hot coffee. And that's our coffee soup. So immediately the crackers absorb the coffee or the soup and kind of thicken up into something that looks a little bit like a porridge or oatmeal. Let's give it a taste on its own. Itadakimasu. It tastes a lot like you would imagine. It's very comforting. It's warm. A taste of coffee, but you definitely taste the crackers as well. And they soften up into kind of a mash. And it doesn't require much chewing at all. You put it in your mouth and you can just squish it to the roof of your mouth and everything kind of just melts. And it doesn't taste just like coffee anymore. It's a little more substantial. It's a little bit more like oatmeal with a slight coffee flavor to it. And what was initially sweet becomes less sweet because we're having it with the crackers. And of course, there's a little bit of salt on the saltines. So it's barely sweet, but I'm sure you could adjust this to your taste. If you want it sweeter, you could add more and it would be more like a sweet oatmeal, but it's actually tastier than oatmeal, in my opinion. Plain oatmeal. Whenever I have oatmeal, I always add fruit and maple syrup to it to make it more. Plain oatmeal to me just tastes like paste. It doesn't really taste like much. It really does need some extra things, but this is lovely. It's very comforting and gentle, like milk toast or something, right? But more flavorful. I love the little addition of coffee in there. I think my mother would love this. She loves warmed milk and coffee and crackers. She loves plain crackers. I thought this was going to be very plain, and it is, but somehow it's really good. But here's the kicker. Here's the whole reason why I wanted to try this. This is often served with cottage cheese or meat or fish. Coffee, sweetened coffee with meat. So sausages are very popular, specifically pork sausages are popular in Amish cuisine. This goes back to their roots in Switzerland and Austria. So I have a couple of breakfast links that I have to try with my coffee soup. So let's see how this is. Itadakimasu. It works. Breakfast sausage in particular, because I have that association with breakfast. It's a little bit like when you have pancakes and sausage on the same plate, and a little bit of the maple syrup might get on your sausage, so you have a little bit of that sweetness. It's kind of like that. Both of them fit in the umbrella of breakfast in my Rolodex of experiences, right? So this doesn't seem so far-fetched. I think fish would be a little bit farther away from that breakfast Rolodex, but I'd still try it. And I would also try cottage cheese, which I would imagine being quite tasty too. Alrighty, next, let's try this little gadget I picked up at the Bird and Hand Farmer's Market. It is a baked potato bag, but you can also use it to cook corn and keep your buns and your tortillas warm. It's essentially a insulated bag. It's made out of quilted fabric. And I paid $10.95 for this. It's washable and reusable, and you can cook a potato in it using the microwave. So I'm not sure that the Amish would actually use this, but they sell them. So in order to get a wonderful baked potato, we wrap our potato in a paper towel. I've already washed it and dried it. Put it in the pocket. It says specifically, do not prick the potato. Just put it in whole. 1 to 4 medium-sized potatoes at a time, but I'm gonna do 1. 8 to 10 minutes. 8 minutes seems a lot for one potato, so I'm gonna try 6. Alrighty, 6 minutes later, let's check on our potato. Bum-ba-dum, piping hot. Such a cute bag. Yeah, it's done. And this is how I like to break open a baked potato. I take a fork and I make a line down the length, and then I squeeze the potato and press. The potato looks like that. Isn't that great? Pat of butter, a little bit of salt. This is where an electric pepper grinder would be handy, but you know, you get the idea. Mash in the butter. I like to do this pretty aggressively. Does it yield a fluffy potato though if you crush it? Okay, let's taste the interior without mashing it first. Potato looks pretty good. Itadakimasu. Fantastic. Fluffy, buttery, salted, perfectly cooked. Delicious. Baked potatoes, come on. More pepper though. I love black pepper. Baked potatoes are so good. Potato bag works. I will try it again sometime with 4 potatoes. And then you can leave them in here to keep them warm before you serve them. Super cute, super easy. Finally, we're gonna taste these. I found these at the farmer's market in Bird and Hand, and they look delectable. Handcrafted in small batches, Uncle Leroy's Candy Kitchen. Classic brittle. This is interesting to me because it contains no nuts. It's just a toffee, I think. And then we've got pecan. Yes, one of my favorite nuts. I feel like it's so underrated. And the classic, in my opinion, peanut brittle. Peanut brittle, I feel, is such an old-timey, old-fashioned candy snack yumminess. I feel it's underrated, but a good one, in my opinion, must contain butter. For me, that's a key component. Well, peanuts as well, but butter makes it so delicious, rich, and creamy, and that combination of butter and sugar. According to Uncle Leroy, the classic brittle contains no nuts. So let's try that one first. Golden, beautiful candies. Look at that, snaps like glass. Here we go, itadakimasu. Sweet and butterscotchy. It has a nice thin glassy snap. It sticks a little bit to your teeth, but the flavor is butterscotchy, kind of that toffee, toasted caramel flavor with butter. There's a little bit of like a vanilla flavor in there too. So let's try peanut brittle, which to me is so classic. So there's the peanut brittle, chocked full of peanuts, enrobed in brittle. Ooh, that has a beautiful snap as well. Here we go, itadakimasu. Oh yeah. So good. The peanuts add a richness and of course a nuttiness, but what they also add is a natural place for the brittle to break. In between the little nuts, you can snap the brittle and it crumbles a little more easily than the classic brittle, which is just a hard, solid, classy crunch. This is more like a candied peanut. Such a good pairing of this buttery toffee candy on the outside of a roasted peanut. Delicious. This one tastes less buttery and is more about just quality roasted peanuts, while the classic brittle was more of a buttery kind of flavor profile. Pecan brittle, I feel like they should be used more. So flavorful. Okay, there we go. There's the pecan brittle, a little darker in color because the nuts are darker. And it looks like it's pecan pieces. It's nicely, there we go. Yep. Oh yeah. Let's give that a taste. Itadakimasu. The pecan pieces are a little bit smaller than the peanuts. So I feel like this balance is shifted a little bit more towards the candy. While the peanut one was more about the peanuts, this one I feel like is more like half and half. Good pecan flavor, which has its own rich, buttery flavor. But I think I would have liked larger pieces of pecan, so it would be less shifted towards the candy. Still very delicious. I just want more pecan flavor. Which one would I buy? Probably the classic, in my opinion, classic peanut brittle. The classic Uncle Leroy's is also very delicious, but there's a lot of it and it's quite sweet, so this would be good to share with a crowd. Alrighty, my lovelies, there you have it, my little taste of Amish food. Let me know down below if you're familiar with any of these products or if there are any recipes you'd like me to try, Amish or otherwise. I love to hear from you. Alrighty, thanks again for watching. I hope you enjoyed that one. I hope you learned something. Please share this video with your friends. Follow me on social media, like this video, subscribe, and I shall see you in the next one. Toodaloo, take care, bye! I need to pull back my hair. I'm so hot.